Touchdowns are great, no, but sometimes the celebration is what everyone remembers. Fans love them, players live for them. But the NFL, they hand out bans and fines like candy. From Odell Beckham pretending to be a dog, to Joe Burrow almost getting arrested for a cigar, to Randy Moss pulling off one of the wildest playoff gestures ever. These weren't just touchdowns, they were banned celebrations that shook the league. First, Odell Beckham Jr., the dog celebration. Odell has never been shy about the spotlight, but in 2017, he crossed a line the NFL wasn't going to ignore.
After the score is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 13. The score counts.
After scoring a touchdown against the Eagles, Beckham dropped down to all fours and pretended to urinate like a dog in the end zone. The crowd booed, the cameras zoomed in, and the internet exploded, but the league wasn't laughing. Odell was slapped with a $12,000 fine and a stern warning that the act was offensive and unacceptable. Beckham later said it was meant as a response to critics. But no matter the explanation, the celebration instantly went down as one of the most infamous in league history. But if Odell got fined for acting like a dog, the next guy almost got arrested for smoking a cigar. 2. Joe Burrow, the cigar celebration. Before he was even in the NFL, Joe Burrow had already created one of the most iconic celebrations in football history. After leading LSU to the 2019 National Championship inside the Superdome, Burrow lit up a victory cigar in the locker room. The problem? Smoking of any kind is banned inside the stadium. Police stormed in, threatening to fine and even arrest players and staff for breaking the rule. For a moment, the champions were almost treated like criminals, but Burrow didn't care. When he reached the NFL and won a playoff game with the Bengals, he brought the celebration back. Cool as ever, puffing on another cigar in front of the cameras. It was his way of saying, rules or no rules, this is my thing. But Burrow wasn't the first player to spark controversy by copying someone else. The NFL once banned celebrations just because they looked too much like the NBA. Third, NFL versus LeBron celebrations. The NFL has banned a lot of things over the years, but this one might be the pettiest. Back in 2014, quarterback Terrell Pryor celebrated a touchdown by copying not one, but two of LeBron James's signature moves, the chalk toss and the silencer. Fans loved it. LeBron loved it. The NFL, not so much. They hit Pryor with a $9,000 fine and declared all NBA-style celebrations off limits. But if you thought that would stop players, you don't know LeBron. He started encouraging NFL stars to keep doing his moves. Soon Cam Newton, Dez Bryant, and Derrick Henry were all pulling out the silencer, and every time the fines kept adding up. By the time the dust settled, LeBron's celebrations had cost NFL players over $50,000 in fines. And yet, his moves became part of NFL culture anyway. Transition. At least LeBron's celebrations looked cool. The next one, it was so gross it actually turned into a sponsorship deal. 4. Isaiah Crowell, the wipe celebration. Some celebrations are creative, some are funny. And then there's Isaiah Crowell's. In 2018, after scoring a touchdown against his former team, the Cleveland Browns, Crowell pulled off one of the most bizarre celebrations in NFL history. He pretended to use the football as toilet paper, and then tossed it into the stands.
To the Browns, his former team, he insists that it was not a message to them, rather him having fun. After the game, head coach Todd Bowles said the celebration was inexcusable.
The refs instantly flagged him, the league fined him, and fans everywhere cringed. But here's the twist. Instead of hurting his career, it actually made him money. The brand Dude Wipes, yes, the hygiene product, signed him to an endorsement deal. His banned celebration ended up turning into a sponsorship that made him millions. Only in the NFL could wiping your butt with a football pay off. At least Crowell turned his fine into a paycheck. The next guy, he was fined just for flashing a peace sign. Piatti Tyreek Hill, peace sign and cheerleader routine. Tyreek Hill has always celebrated the same way he plays, at full speed. Whether it was flashing the deuces as he left defenders in the dust, or literally dropping his helmet and jumping into a cheerleader routine, Hill turned every touchdown into a highlight within a highlight. Fans loved it, opponents hated it. The NFL, they cracked down immediately. Between the fines for the peace sign and the cheer routine, Hill ended up paying more than $23,000 in penalties. But here's the thing, Tyreek didn't care. Instead of toning it down, he doubled down. The deuces became his signature move, a calling card every time he torched a secondary. Even when the fines piled up, Hill made it clear, you can flag him, but you can't stop him from celebrating. But if Tyreek was cheeky, Randy Moss went straight up outrageous. 6. Randy Moss, the moon at Lambeau. 2004 playoffs, Vikings versus Packers. Randy Moss scores, turns to the Lambeau crowd, and pretends to moon them. Announcer Joe Buck called it a disgusting act.
Touchdown! Oh, Al Harris playing off, bit up on the route, and Randy Moss, without even really being able to run, as he shoots the moon to the fans here in Green Bay.
That is a disgusting act by Randy Moss.
Fans were furious. The NFL fined him $10,000, but Moss, he called it payback. Green Bay fans had literally mooned the Vikings team bus before. Love it or hate it, the moment is still one of the most replayed TD celebrations ever. But while Moss pretended, Antonio Brown went full twerk mode. 7. Antonio Brown, the twerk. AB was never going to celebrate quietly. After a touchdown in 2016, he broke out into a full-on twerk dance in the end zone.
No pressure. Brown has it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. You see it doing the...
The crowd laughed, social media exploded, but the refs threw a flag. The NFL fined him $24,000 for sexually suggestive behavior. It was peak Antonio Brown, controversial, unforgettable, and impossible to ignore. And while AB was dancing, Michael Thomas was making a phone call, literally. 8. Michael Thomas and Joe Horn, the cell phone call. Back in 2003, Joe Horn hid a flip phone in the goalpost and pretended to call after scoring. 15 years later, Michael Thomas recreated the stunt in the same stadium for the same team. Both got fined $30,000, proving some jokes are just too expensive to repeat. But while Thomas was dialing, other players were dunking and breaking equipment. 9th goalpost dunks. For years, players like Jimmy Graham turned touchdowns into slam dunks. The problem? They kept bending uprights and delaying games. By 2014, the NFL banned dunking completely. Each dunk cost around $10,000, with fines piling up past $60,000. But no one pushed the NFL's patience more than Chad Ochocinco, the undisputed king of banned celebrations. 10. Chad Ochocinco Johnson, the celebration king. From golf putts to Lambeau troll jobs, paying refs with $1, proposing to cheerleaders, even putting on a Hall of Fame jacket mid-game, Ochocinco did it all. The fines added up to over $100,000, but to Chad, it was never about the money. He wasn't just scoring touchdowns, he was putting on a show. The NFL may ban them, fine them, and flag them, but these celebrations live forever. Some were funny, some were outrageous, and some were downright legendary. Which band celebration do you think was the most iconic? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more unbelievable NFL stories.